Good morning, Boobie Goaters. It's a little early. I know I said it started at 7. We've got about 11 minutes. I'm gonna check to see if this thing's working. The volume is up. Okay, muted it. Yes. Oh, cool. Cool beans. That means it's working. How great is that? It's delightful. It's a whole lot of pre-chat. Look what's going on. I'm making coffee. So, my name's Erin. Welcome to Boobie Goats. Drink it if you got it. I was like setting up. Check out my pumpkin. Veda made the one with the stars, and on the other side, this jack-o'-lantern has a face. Jack! Jack! It's got a face. Looks okay. Hopefully, all is well. Hello, Papa Carnivore. Welcome. We needed a show to go to. I know. And I was like, ooh, brother just stopped talking. He turned it off. He was flustered and frustrated. So it was time for a break. And I'm glad he's taking a break. It's a good thing. You love Halloween. It's one of your favorite holidays. They hook us as kids, man. I love the costumes. I think it's absolutely awesome. And the pumpkin. Oh, carving pumpkins, man. That's my favorite. It's always like so cold outside too when it's time to carve a pumpkin for me. It always happens. It's cold and your hands get kind of numb. Used to love making the pumpkin seeds. I still do because the kids like it. But, you know, what's going on? Is he members only now? But I also love getting lots of candy when I was a kid. Yes, so does everybody, right? What is going on? Maybe there's some of the pre-chat that was up, stayed up. Let me see. It says Granny Boo says, good morning, Erin and everyone. Donna Ray said, good morning, Erin. And then Couch Potatoes here. How you doing? Bill's here. He said it was interesting today. Did the show go like 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I was watching some of it. It might have went for 20. I'm not sure. But it went. Okay. And then Donna said, are you a member over there, Bill? And Sandy says, good morning. And Granny Boo said, hi, Bill. And, shoot. Why did they change the names on the YouTube? It messes everything up. Ugh. Good morning, everybody. A little early. Hello, Thomas. Good morning. Drink it if you got it. Yeah, my son was all like, you can't use my computer. You're messing up my algorithm on YouTube because I don't know what I want to watch. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I just need to borrow it because you won't fix mine. And he's like, woman, I've tried everything. And I was like, don't you call me woman. I was just kidding though. But, yeah, we've tried to download Chrome OS, followed all specific instructions to get this computer up and running, and it says insert the flash drive or whatever, or an SD card that has it on it, and we do that, and it just goes blank every time. So we're really thinking that somebody dropped my Chromebook. So that stinks. Good morning, Rick. He said it's quack time. Who knows? 5 minute, 7 minute, what is going on? What's going on with these minutes? I had to start early. You're welcome. I wanted to start even earlier, but I was kind of setting up because I have to use the smaller tripod, and I'm like, I don't want it to fall. Kind of want it to stay steady, and it doesn't. It goes wonky, so I've got it like set snugly on top of my Malden sea salt, so it just stays a little bit even with the photo or the picture. There it goes. What does it say? Terri Girl, I think the frustration has been building, so I think there'll be changes to the show. Stay tuned. Yeah, I think he needs to take a break. That's all. Like, you know how he went really fast in doing a whole week, and I really think a little break is fine. So I say do it. And then he thinks he'll like disappear on YouTube if you take a little break. And I'm like, it's not really how it happens. I mean, I don't think. I mean, like, I could take a break. I haven't had a steady break in like, what, 5 months? Maybe I should stop doing everyday stuff. See what happens. And everybody be like, no! And I'll be like, oh no, what did I do? I took a break and I never want to come back. That's what happens. That's one of the things. You start watching some channel and you really like it. Like, I used to love this homesteading channel, and they kind of disappeared because there was like major drama, okay? Like, the husband left the wife with all her kids. She had to like find a place to live, all the things. It was crazy. And I was like, she should be vlogging every moment. This is how you grow your channel. Nope. They just like disappeared completely. And then they came back because miraculously her alcoholic husband, which behind the scenes you didn't know, was drinking all the time and not getting the work done to fix their house because their house had a mold problem, okay? And it was all like, he was drinking the whole time, because every time I'd watch an episode, I'd be like, why isn't he like working on that house? They got like tons of money from internet people. Like, I think they raised over $50,000 to fix their house. Okay, this drama is insane. And then like, he goes there, he tears up his house. He takes everything out, everything. Just puts bare bones to this place. And he's like, it's okay. I work in construction. I know what I'm doing, right? But they didn't know what they were doing. He was in over his head, and he knew something was wrong when they had a community of homesteading people that lived around them in that area that all offered to help rebuild their house and help them. And they always said no. So I think they were in it for the money, guys. It's insane. And then the lady came back. She kind of like let us in on what was going on. That's how I knew about like her husband was the alcoholic. He left her, you know, all the things, right? This is YouTube drama. It's like at its best. And they just stopped recording because it was boring to them. But anyway, it got worse, okay? She was starting to drink on camera. And then you're like, she's obviously drunk here recording, like doing stuff and recording it. And her husband moved back in with her. Isn't he an alcoholic too? Like, he admitted it on YouTube. He did like a 45-minute thing about it. But you know what happened? Do you know what happened? They moved back in together. They still have their homestead, but they don't know if they want to keep it or not. And now, like, the lady's brother bought her a house, and she's living in a house. And instead of buying or being like, grow your own food and stuff, she still does a garden, you know. But she doesn't really do that anymore, and she's started to buy like a bunch of stuff. And I know she was doing her Costco hauls, you know, and just, you know, trying to make a buck on YouTube showing your hauls. And I was like, wait a minute, a lot of that stuff's got a lot of soybean oil in it and all the stuff. And I was like, you know, I think because her kids are starting to act up now too, and I'm like, I wonder if it's like the food. I don't know. Yeah, total YouTube drama, total soap opera. And when there was that huge flooding and it affected North Carolina and all that, they started to vlog helping. The husband started to vlog all the helping, what was going on and how bad the roads were and stuff. And everybody was watching them. So they grew their channel again. And then all of a sudden, nothing. And it's been like a year of nothingness. And it used to be a cute little homesteading family that you would watch. And it became crazy. So yeah, drama does sell. And I'm like, man, they could have totally made bank on YouTube. They could have I think they did increase their subscribers for doing that, but also you could tell that the kids are suffering in this situation, and you're like, what are you doing? Get off the internet and go seek help, you know, all at the same time. But anyway, that was the last time I was following homesteaders. There's another one that I did follow for a while, and they moved to South Carolina, and then she started getting whenever you report that you're moving, having a child, whatever, like your YouTube is gonna blow up just a little bit more than normal. And after she did that, they were like, we're gonna open a coffee bean business, and it's gonna be really clean, right? And they did, and she, you know, they were gonna open a hardware store type homesteading learning center, okay? It was a deal. It was a deal. And then her vlogs weren't fun anymore, and you realize that she actually hired people to do her fancy gardens. It's all fake, guys. It's all for the show. None of it's real. None of it. So what's going on? What's for the show now? Good morning, Smoothie. Drama-free here. Drama-free here since 1983. Right, Rick? Homesteading was a trend. Yeah. I bounced on that bandwagon because I've always loved animals, and especially farm animals. And I like to learn a lot. And there was this lady, because American guinea hogs were a big thing in the homesteading circuit. And this lady recently was selling some for like $25 a baby pig. And I was like, I wish we were set up. I'd get in so much trouble though. What is this? Yes, I hope I didn't cause any of it. I fear that I did. What happened? Drama your mama. What had happened? Oh, the reality here. Homestead How gave up homesteading too. Yep. Well, sometimes he's like, I got the chickens and I'm feeding them all the meat. And then you wake up in the morning and the chickens are staring at you through the window. Like, what happened? Why are they like this? Like birds, and they're just there staring. Love that movie. That's a good movie to watch. Birds. It's a nice Halloween movie. Alfred Hitchcock, love it. Sometimes, yeah, he doesn't homestead anymore at all. He doesn't show it. It's a lot of lives. And does he even interview anymore? I don't even know. Good morning, Robbie. What did you miss on Mitch's show? He didn't care. He pressed the button a lot, and then he turned it off. He was like, I'm going to go eat meat. I guess he was hungry. So this is day 2 of my 3-day fast, by the way. I made it. I'm going strong. I might add some salt to my coffee. I know I needed the salt. I added that salt. Okay. Good place to get books usually if you read very much, Rick. Churchyard sale in November. I love churchyard sales. They're the best. Sometimes they call them white elephants or something. I think. Good morning, everyone. Let's see if I can. This is not my computer, so I do apologize if I miss stuff, because I like to tell weird stories. Keep on going with your fast, Darren. Yeah, I am. I'm going all the way to Halloween. 8 o'clock at night should give me the full 72 hours, and I might break it with just a nasty, fatty coffee. And when I say it's nasty, I just use hot water because it's nighttime. Mitch took some time, and he will be making a video later. Yeah, he usually does. It's like, to my subscribers. I should make one. To my subscribers. I'm drinking coffee. And I slurp it. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. Actually, that's pretty good coffee. It's got a little, that mocha hit. Like a dark chocolate hit there. That's pretty good, actually. Ooh, I like it. I think the frustration has been building. Changes to the show. Okay, I already read that. And then I was telling you all about my homesteading drama show. Like, I was like, should I do a video about these people? Like, call them out. Like, why hasn't, they have tons of subscribers. All these people gave them all this money to fix their house, right? Still, this bothers me to this day. Why didn't anybody go, wait a minute, what's going on with that money? Why aren't you fixing that house? Instead, they decided to rent a very expensive place that was just right up the road from them. And they told us it was expensive. And that money they could have used was to get everybody involved, and they would have fixed their house. Guarantee it. In a month, maybe. Really close to done in a month because of all the people that would have came out and helped. Because they would have loved it too, because the homesteading vlogger community loves to come out. They love to vlog, and they love to share it with everybody, because it will help their channels grow and help pay for their homesteads. It's a thing. Like, every 3 months I can buy my chickens feed. And that was more of what I wanted to do. Thomas said, okay, someone just sent me food. If you are here, thank you so much. That's really nice. Thank you too. That's awesome. I'm gonna pour me some fresh coffee before it goes cold. This is a little insulated, but it's not. Not at all. Okay. Uh-oh. Rick says I'm still trying to figure out if I can live stream on Saturday from the yard sale. Oh. Like if they had, I know you don't have network on that phone, but use it like a camera, right? If there was like Wi-Fi there, maybe. Are we talking about Mitch? I don't know. Are we? I thought he was just taking a break. I was just going back a little bit. I might have missed something. I don't know. I don't know. That would be fun, Rick. Yes. Sharon, good morning. I like I'm waking up, okay? I'm waking up. Good morning, Larry. Drinking if you got it, or sip. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Next week, ham-free flea market. Interesting. I don't know what that means. And that's the little soap opera from YouTube. Congratulations on your fasting. Thank you. Have you ever done it before? Okay, so I did it last week. I did 2 days, but Terri Sue said if you do 3, it feels awesome. So day 2 is today, and I'm gonna go all the way to 3. I did do it before, but it's really mental. Like, you've got to be like, I'm gonna fast today, I'm not gonna eat anything. Also, I prepared meals for the kids that I'm not gonna touch. That's how I do it. I did really well too, even though I did make a bunch of steak yesterday for them. They had steak and they had the yellow rice, and I'm not gonna touch that. Today we were talking about how about we do meatballs, some organic rigatoni. That's what they're having. I'm not going to eat it, but I'm going to help make it. And they can actually make it on their own if they want to. They love to. Kids like to get all gross with the stuff. Ow, it's Terri Sue. Thank you, Terri, for ordering that hoodie. I do appreciate it. And I was like, I need a hoodie too. I do. It's getting cold. It was cold yesterday, and I was like, that's such a great idea. I need to get a hoodie. That's awesome. Aw, thank you, Peter. Trying. We're going slow at this, but we're trying. But, today the fasting should be like a little easier for me. It already is. I did add a lot of salt to my coffee yesterday, and to my fizzy water added some salt because I think I needed some more sodium. I really do. You got the red one? That's awesome. I have the red t-shirt that says Boobie Goats. I was like, where is that? And I did wash. I swear I think I washed bacon is better than beer, greater than beer shirt. Because I was like, where's my bacon greater than beer shirt? I need to be wearing that. It's totally mental. Yes, I don't have anyone to do it with. Living alone now. So it's hard for motivation. Yep. Well, I'm the only one doing it. It is hard for me, and it takes me forever to fast or think about doing stuff. Like, I planted the seed maybe 6 months ago, and it took that long for me to actually do it. And Peter says, Aaron, is your husband doing carnivore or keto after seeing how much weight you've lost and how great you're feeling by any chance? So he was kind of doing this carnivore through the week, and then on his days off, to make it sound appealing to him, I was like, you could cheat on those days off. So his days off started making him feel sick, and he's not connecting the dots that the bad food is making you feel bad. And then he had like, whenever he stresses, little Debbie to the rescue. So he had gained like 320 pounds, okay? And we were doing the weight thing at Walmart because I wanted to check my blood pressure. My blood pressure was like 87 over like 64 or something because I just wanted to see what my blood pressure was. And this is kind of why I go lightheaded a lot. I need more salt to keep my blood pressure a little bit higher on carnivore. But anyway, he sat on that and he found out that he was 320. And he was like, oh my God, what have I been doing? I was like, God bless little Debbie, huh? Just being an ass. But that made him, that was like his little turning point. And this was like 2 months ago. So last week, or was it the week before? No, it was last week. It was Sunday. Sunday, I went because I was curious about my blood pressure again because I've been feeling really good and I haven't been fainting or anything until the other day when I had the headache. But anyway, I checked my blood pressure, 107/64, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I'm good. And then like I'm 183.25, and I was like, yes. I kept the weight off, that whole pound. I didn't gain it back. And then he goes and he sits on it. And he's like 260. And I was like, wow. You lost weight. You lost a lot of weight from last time you tried. You should be very proud of yourself. And then he checks his blood pressure. And his blood pressure is freaking high. It's like 140 or something. And that's probably not high for a lot of people, but I think that's his normal. And I was like, did you know that if you went full carnivore? And he's like, I don't want to hear it. He never wants to hear it from me because it's not that I go preachy. I probably do go preachy. But it's like anytime there's a problem, an ailment with any of the kids or anybody else, I'm always like, you know, I'd cure it. And they're always like, don't say carnivore. And I'm like, well, I guess I can't talk now. I don't know what cures anything. Ha ha ha. What do you got? Totally mental. Ask the question. In the immortal words of Billy Madison, you can do it. Yes. 24-hour tops for me. Laughing at Thomas. Everybody's doing the color game. And Papa Carnivore says, I've been doing carnivore totally alone for 1,003 days. Have you reached it? I think I'm really close. Every time you say that it's 1,000 days for you, I go check. And I got like 30 days to wait or something. I'm like, oh, well, I don't have a show name today. I'll see how many days carnivore I've been. How much salt do you put in your coffee, Boobie Goats? I do a pinch of the Malden's Flaky Sea Salt. So I guess quarter of a tablespoon, maybe. Or maybe a teaspoon. And then I mix it. It's different, but it helps for me because I don't want to faint. I don't like being lightheaded. I did get lightheaded the other day when I had like a pressure headache from all this weather that we're having right now. It's rainy, dreary, perfect for a good ghost story. And good morning, retired Rick. He overslept. I'm sorry I missed your show. I saw that it flashed past my screen, but I was so tired. I was so tired last night after basketball practice. It was time for bed. I could not. But I thought about clicking. I should have clicked in and hit the like button and then left. A nice little Irish hi and goodbye. I watched the chili video too. It was awesome because you ground your own beef and you had the crock pot and you did everything. And it was awesome, retired Rick. Because I was really interested in a carnivore chili video and I'm glad you did it. And Rick said he worked past 10 p.m. last night. Wow. I fell asleep and then I woke up and then I fell asleep and then I woke up. Because when I fast, I can't sleep well. I don't at all. I go to sleep pretty good on a carnivore. Like, really good. I sleep like a log. Sometimes I even dream. And that's crazy because I don't really dream. And Donna said, I laid down very early last night and listened to a running podcast with AirPods on while waiting for carnivore live streams to come on. Slept right through the Q&A with Dave Mack and Real Talk. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know they were on. And Terri Sue says she has a chili video saved. Yeah, I didn't watch it all the way. I got up to the part where you were grinding the meats. And then I think you had the pot there. And then you had all the spices, and I was like, that's a lot of spices. But I guess you got to make it taste like chili. I mean, I could do spices. I've tried them. I do okay on spices, I think. I don't know. Most of the time I'll be listening to a live stream while doing something else. Yes. Yeah. That's why I like that Barbara lady from the Crochet Granny. Dude, she's awesome because she's doing something whilst live streaming. And I was like, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I guess I could do my dishes, but then I'll do them later. And Sandy said, Peter, I felt so bad for you on Mitch's live. Please don't let him treat you like that. You deserve better. It's true. He shouldn't have been like, thanks, but don't promote my channel. I was just like, well, hold on. Yesterday, didn't you have a different mindset? Like you had to pay for your questions and that he wanted to make the money. He usually talks about making money. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wouldn't you like people to promote you? I mean, I guess I'd like to promote them. I really would. But lately, it's been a really sad show, and I don't know why, and it makes me sad. It really does. Terry Girl says, my mom loves Barbara. I got her hooked. Yeah, isn't she great? She's great. She's great. I fall asleep so early, so I miss a lot of it. I was able to talk into some of the live streams last week because the kids didn't go to school last week. They had fall break. And Julie's here. Good morning, Julie. Hello, Papa Carnivore. Today was interesting indeed. Rain 2.5 days here, no walking. It is raining right now, like a lot. And I'm like, that's what I'd love to do today. Today, I feel like I'd love to walk, kind of stay out of the house. And then I thought, you know, I got all these extra eggs because my husband didn't collect eggs when I was gone on my camping trip, that I was going to make like some kind of weird egg loaf thing for the little kids, because they like that one where you mix the eggs and a brick of cream cheese. I could put vanilla extract into it, and it almost comes out tasting like French toast. It really does. And maybe some salt in there for them. But there's another thing when I fast, I want to like cook all the things for everybody else. It's so weird. So I have to like be occupied with something else or do something else. But then you're like, I feel hungry. Hey, George. Now the TV's got disconnected. Oh, no. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, if you guys haven't, if you go over to my YouTube post, I posted some pictures that George sent me. And there he was talking about a mobile butcher and asking if we had them. And we're all like, no, what's that? So there's pictures of that. And luckily, because I don't explain anything, he explained it and put it at the bottom if you want to read what the photos are and whom of, right? Oh yeah. Was this Mitch's rebrand? He's rebranding? He's rebranding with this button. He needs to get like a ton of them and sell them in his store or something. Well, see you on the other channels like this one, and Rick's, if he goes member only, more likely blocks me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's not, I don't even know. All I can say is I pray for Mitch. I pray that he finds God. I think that would be amazing. That's my only prayer for him. It's okay if he doesn't. It'd be good for him to have a little... He thinks there's something higher. He knows that there's something higher. That's just the crazy part because he said it. But I will pray for him. Yeah. I mean, that's all I can do is pray that maybe his children have been watching his live streams lately and see that there's something off and possibly get him help. Okay. So, because it is Halloween week, and I love to tell you some stories, today I clicked on one called Dispatched. Boom, boom, boom. And there's a picture of a taxi. And, of course, I've never read these before, so we're reading them live because this is live. I gotta see this Mitch guy, LOL. I'm out of the loop. It's sad. You don't have to be sad. We don't have to be sad about it, but we can pray for him. Dear Lord, help that Mitch guy. Amen. It'll be like the end of It's a Wonderful Life, and you hear all the prayers. Or is that in the middle? Isn't this quack van sort of mobile? It's a sort of a mobile butcher? Yeah, I guess so. And he actually cooks, too. On the engine. Oh man, guys, my nose. I'm sorry. Hi, John. Good morning. Okay. So yeah, this one's called Dispatched, and it's retold by, this has to be her website, but it's so nice that it's like a .net and there's not a lot of pop-ups and everything. So it's AmericanFolklore.net. The stories are great. I want hard copies of all these, actually. I think it'd be nice to have them. There was something odd in the tone of the dispatcher's voice when he called to tell me a person needed picking up at Bramlett Road late one summer night in 1947. I shuddered when I heard the name of the street. I didn't want to go anywhere near the area, especially by midnight, but I drove a yellow cab, and it was my job to pick up a call when it came, so I swallowed and headed toward Bramlett Road and the slaughter yards. You creepy slaughter yards. I've been out of town when the incident happened. I call it an incident, but it was murder, plain and not so simple. A fellow named of Brown, who drove a cab with our company, was robbed and stabbed to death in his cab. Oh golly. The next day, a man called Willie Earl was picked up by police, and the very next day, he was put in jail for the crime, though he denied doing it. Then a bunch of hotheads who drove cabs for our company gathered together, passed around a bottle of whiskey, and talking about getting the fellow who stabbed Brown. One of the men went out and borrowed a shotgun, and the mob drove to the jail, grabbed Earl and threw him in the back of one of the cabs. The hotheads took him to the slaughter yards, and then they dragged Earl forcibly from the cab and started beating him. Oh, gee golly, guys. Maybe I should pre-read these. But it wouldn't be as fun. Okay. A man pulled a knife and waded into the mob with it, and Earl shouted, "Lord, you've killed me." I'm going to yell that. I got to remember that line. Maybe put on my epitaph. Lord, you killed me. That's when the fellow with the shotgun put a bullet in his head, reloaded, and shot him twice more. When the mob was sure he was dead, they climbed back into separate cabs and fanned out, each heading back to the city by a different route. Eventually word got out, and 31 fellows were arrested for the crime, but they were all acquitted by a jury of their own peers. Hope I don't lose my place again. After the incident, the slaughterhouse section of Bartlett Road got a bad reputation. Not one in the cab community liked it much driving there, especially at night. Folks claimed it was haunted by a ghost of Willie Earl. I shivered as I pulled up into Bartlett Road and slowed down to look for my passenger. No one was there. I parked the cab and I got out to have a quick smoke while I waited. All at once, the temperature around me plummeted. I froze in place, suddenly terrified, as someone moaning in terror from the other side of the road. The sound scraped my nerves raw. I could hear an unmistakable thud of a hammering fist, and the darkness was filled, swirling black silhouettes pounded on something or someone. I fumbled for the icy cold door handle as a man shouted in agony, "Lord, you've killed me!" I threw myself inside the cab as a gun exploded, cutting off the man's cries. The shot was swiftly followed up by two more. I squealed the tires as I spun the cab around, a tall, battered figure that glowed just enough for me to see it, lowering its head. The blood-stained dead features, the knife-torn clothes blocked the road in front of me. I gasped, floored the gas pedal, and swerved around it, heart hammering so hard it hurt my ribs. I was still trembling when it slammed into the office a few minutes later and told my dispatcher I was quitting. Then I grabbed my things and headed for home lickety-split. There was no way I was going on Bramlett Road ever again, and I never did. Dun, dun, dun. Gee, spooky. What's going on here? Alright, I'm going to go back to these scary Halloween tales. So, I'm pretty sure I didn't read this one yet. Don't turn the light. Don't turn on the light. Don't turn on, I can't even read. Actually, I'm not going to read right now. No, I'm just kidding. I will. Okay, this one's called Don't Turn on the Light. Isn't it nice? Very early in the morning. Some sus. What is going on? Big white van by the canal. This is from Spooky Maryland. Yeah, she has a series of these books. I'm gonna have to look it up. It'd be neat if they had them on Amazon, like all of them. What will we do when Scary Story Times it ends at this month? I don't know. Maybe you'll just like twiddle your thumbs, Terry Sue. I could read more folklore though. They've got a lot of that. What are we hearing today or tomorrow? Spooky story time never ends here. I think it's good. It's good to read some folklore and it kind of makes you remember sort of some of them. I know the Hook one. The Hook one I knew. Everybody knows that one. Was the Hook. I love how Aaron's hair blends with the wood leader. It's the light. It does that. Just disappears. I'm bald, really. It's all that carnivore food made all my hair fall out. It had happened. All right. She commandeered the room in the basement of her dorm as soon as she realized she would have to pull an all-nighter in order to prepare for tomorrow's final exam. It's all for you college students out there. Her roommate Jenna liked to get to bed early, so she packed up everything she thought she would need and went downstairs to study and study and study more. You know, studying never helped me, ever. So, you know, it didn't. It was like, I either know it or I don't. That was my attitude. It was 2 o'clock when she realized that she left one of the textbooks upstairs in her bed. With a dramatic sigh, she rose and climbed the stairs slowly to her 3rd floor dorm room. The lights were dim in the long hallway, and the old boards creaked under her weary tread. She reached her room and turned the handle softly as she could, pushing the door open just enough to slip inside so the hall lights wouldn't wake her roommate. Very considerate. The room was filled with strange metallic smell. She frowned a bit, her arms breaking out into chills. There was a strange feeling of malice in the room, as if a malevolent gaze were fixed upon her. It was a mind trick. An all-nighter was catching up with her. She could hear Jenna breathing on the far side of the room, a heavy sound, almost as if she had been running. Jenna must have picked up a cold during the last tense week before finals. She crept along the wall and reached her bed. Groping among the covers for the stray history textbook, in the silence, she could hear a steady drip, drip, drip sound. She sighed slightly. Facilities would have to come to fix the sink in the bathroom again. Her fingers closed on the textbook. She picked it up softly and withdrew from the room as silently as she could. And then I have to... Next page. When you hear the bell ding, turn the page. Relieved to be out of the room, she hurried back downstairs, collapsed into an overstuffed chair, and studied until 6 o'clock. She finally decided that enough was enough. She slipped upstairs now. She could get a couple hours of sleep before her 9 o'clock exam. The first of the sun's rays beaming through the windows as she slowly slid the door open, hoping not to awaken Jenna. Her nose was met by an earthly, metallic smell for the second before her eyes registered the scene in her dorm room. Jenna was spread eagle on top of her bed against the far wall, her throat cut from ear to ear, and her nightdress stained with blood. 2 drops of blood fell on the saturated blanket with the drip-drip noise that sounded like a leaky faucet. Scream after scream poured out of her mouth, but she couldn't stop herself anymore. Then she could cease wringing her hands along the hallway. Doors slammed and footsteps came running down to the passage. Within moments, other students had gathered in the doorway, and one of her friends gripped her arm with a shaking hand and pointed a trembling finger toward the wall. Her eyes widened in shock as what she saw. Then she fainted into her friend's arms. On the wall above her bed, written in her roommate's blood, were the words, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" Dun, dun, dun. You should wear the Boobie Goaters shirt, Terri Sue. Like a little sweater. A little shawl. What's that? Nothing. Some weird cult I'm in. Is my feet freezing? Is it? Seems to be going. Could it be you? Is it me? Uh-oh. You gotta get your blanket and your teddy bear. Okay, I guess the computer's catching up. I do. I have a fan in there. It's a little dusty. I gotta dust my fan. Maybe I'll do that. It's not freezing there. Maybe it's you, Bill. Aaron's ceiling's my kitchen floor. I kind of wish it was all over the place. The whole walls would be crazy. It's all wood, guys. It's not freezing here. Yeah, okay. All right. Make those very important calls, George, and have a great rest of your day. Video's fine? Okay. We're all good. I wouldn't know how to fix it anyway. I'd be like, no. Must be me. Maybe restart? Or I don't know. Or airplane mode and out of airplane mode? There you go. Look at me. Technical. I think I've read that one before. Like a long time ago. Those Star Wars kitties. Thomas sent me a thing where the cats were like writing, shoot, what are those things called? This was, I already read that one. Go back. But on Instagram. So now I'm getting a bunch of kittens that like to play Star Wars all the time. I was like, I don't know how to use this Instagram. So like when I flip through to look at stuff, I either get old people telling me what costumes they're wearing, or I get kitties playing lightsabers. And then I'm like, I really don't like this new AI one because it's like, they look so real. Aaron, are you hungry? No, more thirsty. Thirsty for some coffee. Are you setting me up for a joke, Sandy? I'm not hungry at all, which is fun. Yesterday, though, I did have some tummy growls, and I almost messed up. So I'm, like, getting the stuff for their dinner in the cabinet. I go, ooh, pork rinds, and I squeeze the bag, and then I was like, wait a minute. I'm fasting. I actually had that moment. Okay. Did we do Pray for Your Soul? That seems interesting. Let's click on that one. Read about 3 of these, I think. I'm just wondering if you're starving. No, I'm not. I'm actually pretty good. Fizzy water's great if you start feeling hungry, and I do crunch on the salt. I do. Last time when I fasted, though, I was kind of like starting to chew on the inside of my cheek. I don't like doing that. So I was just like, I gotta not do that. Won't this not do it? Skin in your mouth. I'm like, that's gonna break my fast. So this is excerpted from Spooky Montana. She's got to have a whole series. I'm glad it's online and free. It's called Pray for Your Soul. S.E. Slosher. S-C-H-L-O-S-S-E-R. And I bet you she does have a series. Cheers. I'm getting a full physical, Gem, for the hell of it. Even the treadmill test in a few weeks. Oh, the one where they make you run. Why not? We're slapping retired Rip. Dang, he's out of tater chips. Oh! Just get a whole bunch of pork rinds. They're the best. Pork rinds are awesome. Alright, I better talking about I will let me heart attack surprise me. I will let my heart attack surprise me. That's nice. A nice surprise heart attack. Clutching your chest. Yeah, I'm retired, Rick. You don't need those potato chips. Tater chips. Say it right. Simeon was a jolly, round little man with a cherry face and a button for a nose. That's gross. He had a button on his nose. I'm just kidding. A button nose. He sat every day in front of the window with a bottle of whiskey at his side, and he would beckon folks over to the windowsill, put up the pane of glass, and tell them his latest riddle or story. Folks in town shook their heads over little Simeon, but they liked him. He would tell the children strange and wonderful stories after school about faraway places and magical things. He never did a lick of work. Folks in town said he'd ruined his health and his mines long ago. In the mines? Oh, okay. They need to fix that. In the mines long ago, and his heart was too weak for him to do anything but sit around and watch the world go by. Sounds like somebody needs Carnivore Diet. Clocks go back soon. Hope you can wake up for a live. Dun dun. I have to. It's very important for me to wake up so I can wake everybody else up. I'm like, what they used to call those people? They'd hire them and call them the knockers. What is this? Close, but no, I was born in 1972. You both are silly. Wait, what? Good morning, Lisa. Alright, okay. Simeon's wife, on the other hand, was tall and a dower of a countess. She wore black every day with a large crucifix around her neck. She was capable and hardworking as Simeon was lazy and kind. She despised her husband's indolences. Every day before she left to clean the mansion house in the city, she would stop in front of the little bench, glare her rosy-cheeked husband, and say sternly, "Pray, Simeon, pray for your soul. If you cannot work, then pray." Sounds like something I'm saying to somebody. Okay. And that countess. Simeon beamed at her and said, "Yes, Constance." But no one ever saw him pray, not once. Nor would he go to church on Sunday or on high holidays. Even on the coldest day of winter, Constance would bundle herself up against the fierce winter winds and march sturdily downtown to the church, where she would pray for hours on her hands and knees before marching home again. But jolly round Simeon would sit at the window and smile as the world passed by. "Pray, Simeon," Constance would thunder at him. "Pray," but Simeon refused to pray. Simeon told a local minister that he had lost his faith down in the mine when the shaft had caved in on him, and he'd lain for hours in darkness, hallucinating as the air became more and more poisoned. "God abandoned me down there," said Simeon. "I prayed all day and all night for him to send an angel to rescue me, and the angel never came. If my shaft supervisor hadn't come a-looking for me, I'd been dead right enough. And he didn't get there in time to save me heart and me lungs. They were wounded so bad I couldn't ever work again. After that I cursed God and angels, and they abandoned me, so I abandoned them. Feel like he sent an angel and it was the supervisor. Kind of need to think about that. Okay. It seemed wrong to see such a jolly fellow so solemn and stern. The local minister wanted to point out that the shaft supervisor might be considered by some the angel sent by God. But something in the little round Simeon's eyes shut him down before he could form the words. So the local minister just told Simeon he would pray for him. Oh, the ducks are outside. When he heard the familiar word, Simeon's jolly face twisted as if it had been bitten into a lemon. For a moment, he looked strangely like his dour wife. Pray, he spatted out the word. That's what Constance says. She says my disability was caused by my lack of faith. Me, who went to church faithfully every Sunday since I was a lad. Don't pray for me, minister. I'm done praying. When you hear the quacking of the duck, must mean Rick's in the live stream. Simeon was telling his latest riddle to a group of businessmen on their way home from work one evening when he gave a sudden gasp right before the punchline. The whiskey bottle slipped from his grasp and smashed to the floor, and little round Simeon dropped dead. Just like that, slumped forward until his forehead lay across the open windowsill. They shouted for Constance, and one man ran for the doctor, but they all knew it was too late. Simeon had gone to meet his Maker, happy in nature, but bitter of the soul. And all Constance could say when she saw him laying in the window was, "Pray, all of you, pray that it doesn't happen to you." The men backed away, unnerved by the grim gray presence towering behind. Constance's eyes were sparkling with manic fever, and the men were grateful to pour dead Simeon over her walk away. What? Fix your sentence. Everyone in town was stunned by Simeon's death, the children especially. They were devastated. They'd come every day to the window to listen to the stories, to hear the jokes. They were heartbroken to lose him. Grim Constance arranged a big funeral with local minister. Everyone in town came to the church that evening when the funeral bell tolled. There wasn't a dry eye in the place when the minister gave the eulogy, standing beside the closed casket. And when asked to speak, Constance stood up from her seat, black veil quivering with her intensity, and spoke one word: pray. The word echoed around the great hall, and it seemed to grow louder. One by one, the candles around the altar blew out until there was only a shadowy darkness behind the casket. The interior of the church quivered with the electric intensity of an approaching storm. Good morning, Flash. Are you ready to work? A voice from nowhere spoke the word again from the air above the altar. Pray, it whispered, pray, and then it thundered the word pray. A ball of light appeared above the minister's head and grew larger until it formed into a round figure of Simeon. His red face was twisted with pain and anger, and his eyes were fixed on the black veil figure of Constance. You gave guilt when you should have given compassion, he cried, towering above the altar, his round form pulsing from dark gray to binding white in a way that made people's skin crawl. You gave scorn instead of understanding, he boomed, raised one arm slowly and pointed a finger at his wife, and hatred instead of love. Constance gasped and shrank back from the terrible, struggling figure of Simeon. He leaned close to his cowering wife, his massive form filled in the front of the room. Pray, Constance, Simeon said, and his voice suddenly happy and gentle. Pray for your soul. And then his figure towered upward until he reached the arched ceiling far above. Pray, Simeon howled, his voice rising so high the stained glass windows shattered and everyone in the congregation bolted out the doors, clasping, hands clasped over. What are you doing? Over their ears. A bolt of lightning crashed forth from the heavens and crashed into a large oak tree in the center of the graveyard adjoining the church. and the wailing voice ceased as suddenly as it started. Slowly, the minister and the townspeople made their way back to the sanctuary. Flash, do you really have to be that loud? Go to bed, Flash. Alright, where are we? Somewhere about the sanctuary. The candles had flickered back to life, and the air was warm and sweet with sweet with the incense. The atmosphere gentle and sorrowful and kind. But slumped on her knees in front of the altar, beside the closed casket, her hands clasped, in the attitude of prayer, was the stiff and still figure of Constance. Her forehead touched the floor. Her wide eyes opened and were fixed on an expression of fear and dread. Blood trickled slowly from both of her ears. She was dead. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty spooky, actually. That is, wow. So what Constance had done was she judged, and she should not have been judging. And we should all not judge, because we are not the maker. The end. Scariest Halloween stories, click. Thomas said, I used to drink about 8 cups a day. Now I get a barrel and drink from that. Well, there you go. When you're thirsty, right? Drink when you're thirsty. What are you crying about? I'm gonna make you breakfast. There's one called Black Magic with Mad Henry the Hermit. Or should we leave that one? Because it's pretty spooky looking for Halloween.
You do that, too.
Look at him. Thomas, roll out that barrel. Flash, what are you doing? It's like Flash isn't here, right? Like, not at all. Like you should be in school. Should we talk about that, Flash? No? He's doing thumbs down. No. Julie said she likes your name.
Thanks.
He said thanks. Good morning, though. And Peter says, I drink 1 cup of fatty coffee in the morning around 6 a.m. I also have been enjoying a cup of herbal tea in the evening after dinner, too. Isn't it nice? Like a nice warm cup of tea. Especially since the weather has been changing. He said, thanks. See if my coffee is hot, maybe. Maybe a little warm. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, can you imagine what he did? He got himself suspended. So he will be staying at home with some of the children that don't want to go trick-or-treating because they're older. Yeah. And if you want to know what happened, we'll have to coerce Flash out here to tell us what exactly happened. But apparently there was a bully, and he didn't handle the situation very well. It's true. You didn't. Oh. He's been trying to figure out a way to get suspended. I think that's what it was.
No.
But his stay isn't fun. He's actually, I've got a bunch of these homeschooling books, and he's been sitting at the table doing them. Herbal tea is soothing. Yes. I've been drinking. Where is it? I got a lot of tea. I've been drinking some weird ones. I tried the cinnamon tea yesterday, and I was like, man, this cinnamon tea tastes weird because I added salt to it, and I forgot I did that because I'm fasting. And then the Earl Grey. You love Earl Grey tea? There's this one tea. It's called PG Tips. Love the way it tastes. So good. But it's special. You have to find it in a specialty store. Sometimes. Sometimes you can just find it. Oh, good morning, Juliet. You woke up. You missed all the fun, spooky stories. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they're fun. They're kind of weird, right? They're weird. Everybody dies. Lots of murder. Stuff that Juliet likes. Too bad you missed it. What's up, wild man? Wild man of Borneo right here.
Where am I?
Where am I? If you stand behind me, you can hold your pumpkin or something. They kept his pumpkin at school, though. They're still going to judge it. Mom is very disappointed. Good morning, Tanya. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, so there's still corporal punishment in school, and I'm like, so you're gonna suspend him and not even. Come on. I think he says that there's not even a paddle in their school, and I'm like, It should be hanging somewhere to scare the kids. That's what they used to do with us. They had it hanging there to scare. They're saying, hi, you Flash. You want to hear a scary story, Flash? That's what we're reading.
What?
A bully for Flash, yeah, and he stood up for himself, but in the wrong way, because we all know the procedure. Teacher, that child touched me inappropriately. Is how you get out of the bully, and the bully goes away. No. Flash handled it the wrong way, didn't you? You have to tell the teacher. You know what you did. See? Retired Rick said he got paddled almost all through 7th grade. Sandy said you got a nice pumpkin. It's not even yours. Have you seen his pumpkin yet? I don't think you have. Maybe tomorrow. It's in tomorrow's show. Because I didn't do a show today because it was going live.
Not my pumpkin, but just sit on the other.
Yeah, Mitch was very short today. Like the show. I guess it makes up for all the really long shows that went over an hour. No, he didn't win. Nobody won. There was no winner in that. Retired work, no winner at all. Just a couple of losers. You have to move the 2 feet of your office. Oh no. Dun dun dun. I'm gonna go back a little bit if I missed anything because I obviously can't read in the morning, but I do it anyway. Isn't that nice? October 28th, 1955.
Oh, little chickadees.
Chickadees? Where?
On the tree.
On the tree?
Yeah.
Did it stop raining yet?
Well,
How much fat do you add to your coffee, Boobie Goats? Does it satisfy your cravings? Thanks for your answer. Okay, so I use, Robbie,
Do you even know her name?
Stop it. I use 3 egg yolks. I will use a tablespoon of butter. And then I will actually fill this whole thing up with coffee. This is like a 9-cupper? 9 cups. And I take my immersion blender and I will immersion blend all of that till it's nice and smooth. And it kind of looks like creamer when you're done. And sometimes it's fluffy because of the eggs. And it's so good. And that's what I use when I make my coffee. I'll drink one of those and it keeps me full for the whole day until nighttime when I make a steak and I just eat a steak. It's one big pot. It's a 9-cup holder pot. So that's what I use just for one pot. Yeah, I put it all together in one thing. Because if I didn't and I did it 1 cup at a time, I would be drinking a lot of fat probably. Yeah, a lot of fat.
Why is this microwave 13?
Terry said the guys got SWATs all the way through junior high and high school. It was like a rite of passage, yeah. Put that back in your mouth. When I was 11, I was beaten by 3 or 4 high school girls. Now that was scary. Gotta keep you away from the ladies. Can you imagine? So my oldest, he wanted to make friends, and he thought he was making good friends, and they were using him because he's a big guy to beat up children, but they weren't, kids in his class. And he used to get in trouble, and then I had to sit him down and literally tell him, these are not your friends. They're using you because you're muscle. You can't do that anymore. Walk away. You'll make better friends. I believe you will. And he has. Will you stop? That's not gonna fix anything. That never resolves anything.
Hey, why do you avoid doing these 6, 7 minutes?
Is that what I was doing? Ah! I stopped. Did my computer stop or did we stop? My internet stopped? Maybe on the computer it did, hopefully. It took a second to load.
Mom,
Is that what Bill was talking about? I feel like, though, I was licking my lips a little too much yesterday because I wasn't eating. And they kind of hurt. But I'm afraid to put a little bacon grease on them because then I'll be like, I'm bacon grease.
I had my mom coffee.
Like the scary pumpkin. Okay. It glitched. Yeah, it did. I saw it. It glitched. Yeah. That's good. Hey, we did really good, though.
6, 7.
We made the hour. That's good, right?
Yeah, you made the hour now.
Actually, I started a little early. We should give them like 10 more minutes of just chit-chattering away. So, tomorrow, you all are going to show up in costume, right? You can pretend. It's okay.
I'm not going to Hoogsteden. I have to stay with my grandpa.
Yep, you do have to stay with your grandpa.
That's the only one.
I feel really bad that you don't get to go, though. Like, I can't believe you did that.
Tomorrow night I do to his Papa Ray.
You could stay with Papa Ray?
Yes.
Are you making coffee?
Yes.
I already have some coffee made if you want some.
Is it too tough?
This is good coffee. What? Flashlight's instant. I sold them on the instant coffee. I'm going to have to buy like a jar of it. It's actually really good. Sandy says she wears her costume every day.
Ooh, where did you get this, Mom? Moms, what did you get this?
Cat getting coffee?
What did you get
Not
this?
yet, Erin. I only had 2 cups so far.
What did you get this?
I used to stay full from my protein coffee all day the first year on Carnivore. I seem to be hungry way more often now. Oh, yeah, but you don't have a lot of weight to lose, do you? So you probably...
What is this?
What?
What did you get this?
Oh, Veda. Veda picked up some of those coffee cups. I was like, those aren't the best. They don't actually...
Keep your hand warm?
I think you shouldn't put hot coffee in these plastic cups. I really don't think you should. My nightie and no teeth. Oh my gosh. Okay, so dropped off Scarlett to basketball practice, and it's an hour and a half. Petrus, he was going to be the ghost face now because he's not going to be the ghost face. And then he was like, can we go get a costume? And I'm like, fine, we'll go to check out this thrift store.
Oh, I saw the hat.
We go to this thrift store, and the first thing he sees is like that Willy Wonka hat from the new movie. And I'm like, let's get that. And we'll go over, and we'll dress you up. You look like Doctor Who. We'll make you Doctor Who. So we proceeded to like get all the things for his costume.
Peppermint?
Do you taste the peppermint? You don't like peppermint?
I
I
thought
don't like
you said
plain
it was
black
this.
coffee. It's peppermint coffee.
Toffee.
Anyway, basically has a Doctor Who fit. Doctor number 4, I think, with the curly hair. Is that number 4? All right. Anyway, we check out and the lady's like, "Oh, what are you gonna be for Halloween?" And he was like, "Doctor Who," and she was like, "Well, I'm not working Halloween," and she's an older lady. Gray hair, thin, kind of looks like a witch. You know, you think a witch would look like. And some teeth missing, you know. And she was like, too bad I'm not too bad I'm not working Halloween. Because she was like, what I'm wearing is inappropriate. And, you know, she's like, she's gotta be 100. And we're just like, you know, like, what are you gonna be, a sexy devil?
Hey, yeah.
It's cool. It's checkout banter. I used to be a cashier. Banter is great. Some people don't say anything and it's boring. And when you say stuff, you want to have fun. You want to have a fun time. Pepperonis. Oh boy.
What?
There's a 5K. Donna's going on 5K. Sunday morning. Oh boy.
Oh, we don't know today.
You're gonna sit your little butt on this table and you're gonna do schoolwork.
You have to go to the
Get your book. Get your book.
You don't do the dump.
Yeah, I am going to the dump. And I'll probably have you run the track for your punishment, maybe like 3 times or something.
No, 4 times.
You call me a witch? No, I'm not saying that. Wasn't saying that at all. Although people may interpret it in town, you know, you're feeding all those cats and you're off in the wilderness. And if you know how to read, they might call you a witch. I won my age group last weekend. Not likely to happen twice in a row, but anything is possible. Oh, we know you're going to win. Come on now. Come on. You got this. Is it going to be chilly? Like really chilly? It has, the weather has changed. And it's not good. Runs in the family. There it is. But I was like, you know, what is she going to dress as? She's like, I can't wear it to work. Don't break it. Don't break my computer. Pete said he'd start. Yeah, it turns on Netflix. Do you think somebody dropped it?
Yes.
Emmett said that you were touching it.
And Nixon also spilled water on it.
Wait, somebody spilled water on it?
Mm-hmm. Nixon.
Not many kids in your town. Haven't seen a trick-or-treater in probably 5 years. Wow. Yeah, our, since we're out in the country, what they do is in the town that we're closest to, they block off streets. It's a big thing. People come out. They do if you're not from there, you can set up a trunk or treat. If you are, they just buy a lot of candy because they know the farm kids are coming in. And there's a fun place to walk. It's a lot of walking because the houses are still pretty spaced out. So I was like, we can just do the little area where the kids are and then like take them home. It's not going to be much fun. And then my older kids that decided they didn't want to go now. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, how am I going to, because Veda works. So she works at a haunted house. She'll be gone. We're going to be doing like busing of children, I guess. The grand busing of children. I'm glad that Halloween's on Friday though. That's awesome.
Awesome, Todd.
Yeah, they now do that in the mall. Okay, yeah. See? They do stuff like that.
Why can I go trick-or-treaters?
I don't know. We have to see. If you finish your workbook and you do everything I asked you to do today, I might have a change of heart. Because I just feel bad. You can't go. Alright.
You want? You'll have a day.
Alright, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me. What is this, Thursday? I didn't know what day it was yesterday, by the way. I forgot it was Wednesday until I got that ominous phone call from my favorite vice principal because we know each other by first names now. Thanks to Flash Gordon. I am not getting candy this year. No one ever comes anyway, but I hope my roommate does decide to get any and leave the temptation in the apartment. Oh, doesn't decide. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't even, if I did pass out, I wouldn't even pass out candy because you can get prizes to pass out. And the kids seem to enjoy like the little sticker books or, you know, silly little toys that you can get. Or the weird witch fingers, you know what I'm talking about? The little monsters.
Ew.
What? Alright, you guys. Oh, okay. Alright. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And let's dress up for Halloween tomorrow morning. Are you going to dress up tomorrow morning? Are you going to come to my show? The Halloween show? Alright. I'll have a Halloween show. Bye. Boop. Beep. Doop. Do you like the Halloween shows?